I studied this document that came in. It's scandalous. I mean, I can't even believe that you're up there talking about, well, if he put in $5 million, we put in $3 million, he put in a couple more million. Well, we don't want him to put any money out of his own pocket, so we'll just make up the difference. This man right here has a right. If you misappropriate government money, and you take a paperclip from your government office and you put it in your pocket and you go home with it, you created an offense. That's a crime. I don't care how many mix and matches and something came out of somebody else's pocket. When you put in a draw request and it says you had 1,327.2 hours were spent in training and mentoring over the past month to mentor 9 people, and it was $87,000 to the penny. You put that draw request in, and you list every penny you spent in marketing expenses and consulting fees and every other thing you did, and how many boarding passes you forgot to stick in your receipt box, and you do all of that stuff. And then these guys come over here for 1 year and spend 700 hours digging through your stuff, doing call, playing telephone tag, trying to figure out where your stuff is. And you come up here today and you want to extend a contract that's been expired for over it's a year. That contract expired on October the 11th, I think it was. No, in November the 13th of 2012. It's a 1-year contract. Then you extended it to the end of the year. Then Mr. Evers, actually I'm the one that pointed it out in that January thing, that you were working without a contract. You can't approve the final $58,000 because there was no contract. So he extended that to June the 30th. Just pick the number. Now you want to extend it into 2015 and keep on the hook so you can give this guy free rent for another 6 months? He's paying nothing over there. You don't know what these jobs are. You don't know that they're $15 an hour. How many are part-time jobs? What's behind this? If there's any revenue, you don't know nothing. And you want to play it, well, let's see, and keep on down the road and act like there's nothing behind this stuff? This is real stuff here, boys. None of this stuff. Mr. Grant, right behind me here, never produced a single document that supported what the heck he did for all that money. All they used was a list of services that they were going to provide, the same way with Jason Broider, the same way with every one of those subcontractors. There are no records of what they did for that money.
Thank you for your comments, Mr.
I'd like to hear Representative Grant speak to that question right now. Thank you.
Thank you for your comments, Mr. Kuhlman. I'm a little puzzled, though, by your analogy of paperclip waste, but thousands of hours spent on trumped ethics complaints and investigation hours paid by public dollars is not wasteful. So I'm a little challenged by that. Mr. Grant.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I will indulge Mr. Kuhlman. There were a lot of records produced through the audit that was agreed to between CLI and this board. All of our ADP records, all bank statements, all canceled checks have all been produced. And so the assertion that LifeSync has not in any way provided documentation for where these funds went to the same level or higher of accuracy above 98.3% is just an outright lie, Mr. Kuhlman. And secondly, I want to take I know we have 3 minutes. I want to clarify something when we hear allegations that things are shady or that there's nothing happening. I want to make sure everybody in this room and this board understands that the assertion that you're going to be getting what CareSync has built and the heartbeat of this company that's provided in Tech River is required for free by your doctor, because that is an outright lie. There is nothing in the federal government currently that requires the provision of what's happening here. The truth is that what you partnered with and what you invested in from day one is something that until a new initiative creating some copycats was only happening here in Hardee County. And I've read the same emails that you've read, that there's lots of free health applications and that CareSync is just like those. I can't possibly, in 3 minutes, explain the amount of innovation that's happening, but I can tell you this. We're not leaving. We faced a headwind, and we've dealt with things that I don't think any of us expected on your side of this partnership or ours, that any business would ever have to deal with in coming and partnering to try and create sustainable economic development in this county. We're not going anywhere. And it's only going to continue to grow. And so the notion that anybody wants a contract extended for the benefit of the company, from our standpoint, everybody involved with this project, this company cannot survive without the Tech River building, the intellectual capital, and the young men and women that make this entire project possible that work in that building every day. And to assert anything other is just complete ignorance or an outright lie. And so I'm happy to meet with any one of you individually and discuss the reasons that an assertion that your doctor has to provide this to you for free, or that this is not in some way unique, or that CMS has not created a new initiative, recognizing what this board recognized 3 years ago, that healthcare needed to be in a place where chronic patients who had really difficult challenges in healthcare had the kind of care coordination that would save costs. And so 3.5 years after we broke ground on this project, the federal government turned around and acknowledged what everybody in this room said, that costs can't possibly go down in healthcare, that outcomes can't possibly get better in healthcare unless there's somebody advocating for the patient. You built that with us here in Hardee County. We're incredibly proud of that. We're not going anywhere. This project isn't a 3-year project because the hires are only beginning. And that building's only going to become more and more packed, and we look forward to continuing this journey with you. But understand that we are not going anywhere, and that this is just the beginning. Thank you.
Thank you, Jeremy. Mr. Kirkland, we're not going to tolerate any outbursts from the audience. Any further public comment? Thank you, Jamie. Jamie, next month, if you'd like to be a part of the presentation, we'll make sure to give you more than 3 minutes. How about that?
Vanessa.
Yes.
The whole